Graham Young. On April 21, 1962, Fred Young went into his back garden. There he found his wife Molly on the ground and in extreme pain. His 14-year-old son Graham was close by, watching. Molly was rushed to the hospital and died that night. Graham suggested that the family have her cremated. They did. Later, Graham would confess to poisoning her and many others, leading to the death of 4 people. Graham was born on September 7, 1947, to Fred and Bessie Young. His mother died of tuberculosis when Graham was just 3 months old. His father, overwhelmed, sent his 8-year-old daughter Winifred to live with her grandparents. Graham was sent to live with his aunt and uncle. When Fred remarried in 1950, Graham and Winifred came back to live with him and his new wife Molly. This was a hard transition for Graham. As he grew older, he became fascinated with chemicals. When Graham was 13, he was able to obtain chemicals like antimony and arsenic. He began poisoning a fellow student named Christopher Williams. In November 1961, he made a cup of tea for his sister. Later, she had to be sent to the hospital. There, it was discovered that she'd been poisoned with belladonna. When Molly died the following year, doctors did not deem her death as suspicious. Soon after, Fred took ill and was taken to the hospital. He was suffering from antimony poisoning and was very close to death. The police were contacted and Graham was arrested on May 23, 1962. He was taken to Broadmoor Hospital where he was diagnosed with personality disorder and schizophrenia. He was ordered to be detained for 15 years, but was released in 9 years at the age of 23. When John Berridge, another inmate at Broadmoor, died, it was rumored that he had been poisoned by Graham with cyanide. In 1971, Graham went to work at John Hadland Laboratories, making lenses for military equipment. Soon, people at Hadland Lab began to get sick. The foreman, Bob Agla, was hospitalized and died on July 7, 1971. His replacement was also poisoned, but he quit before he could be administered a deadly dose. Fred Biggs became sick and suffered for several weeks, losing his hair and a lot of weight. He died on November 19, 1971. A company meeting was called where Graham suggested that the sickness could have been caused by thallium poisoning. Graham was arrested on November 21, 1971. He had thallium in his pocket. A search of his home found several poisonous chemicals and a diary listing each of his victims and their dosages. He was found guilty on June 29, 1972, and was given 4 life sentences. He died in his cell on August 1, 1990, of heart failure. Please visit www.ican'tbelieveitsnonfiction.com and don't forget to subscribe.